Then I want to take the piston and the barrel receiver system. Take that out. Oh no, this is the first time this isn't the first time I've taken apart a Famas, but this is the first time I've taken apart this particular one, so some things are sort of stuck in, such as the hop-up unit right here. Screwed right in there.
My hop-up's pretty big for my XM8.
Oh, your XM8 sucks.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay. Piston and the receiver. I mean the receiver and the barrel come right out. Very nice, shiny looking.
Kinda dirty.
Does my barrel look clean to you?
Wait, I can see it, I can see it. Yeah, it looks pretty clean. Okay, now let's go to the piston.
The piston. Okay, you take off the piston. You simply have to remove a screw right here connected to the piston that releases the spring.
Doing.
This tiny little spring out. With the tiny little spring out. Piston comes right off. Then you have this nice shiny silver spring along with this, whatchamacallit.
No, the holder.
There's an Airsoft name for it, I just can't remember it right now.
Oh.
Now these black things I showed you earlier, how these work is that there is a nut inside them. It's a nut holder. And it goes right in there, and you don't want the nuts to come out, otherwise you can't screw it in.
And the nuts come out.
And you pop it right back into the shell. Okay, we'll be right back after I've cleaned out the barrel, do some lubrication on the slides right here, and here, oh, and here, and here, and there.
Dang.
Okay.
And here's one thing. You should if you don't want to buy online or anything, you don't want to buy pure silicone oil, use 3-in-1 oil. It's the best. So here's some information about it. Here.
Okay. Well, we tested a whole bunch of different lubricants including a silicone oil that wasn't pure, and this is the best we could come up with. I've had this on my old Famas for about a month, and I couldn't see any signs of deterioration or any damage to the hop-up units and such, excluding the damage that was already done. We won't get into that. So what I've got here is a bottle of 3-in-1 oil, and this is actually motor oil. I bought the wrong kind, but it seems to be fine, although I would recommend the original 3-in-1 multi-use oil.
Same thing.
And you could get it at your local hardware store
or Walmart.
I think Walmart stocks it too.
Back again with Pro Shifter 240SX and my friend.
Astromycin.
Okay.
Hopefully you haven't screwed your gun up too much while we were away doing our thing. Putting this all back together. Hopefully you've managed to reassemble the barrel and the receiver, which is sort of hard. Put the spring holder thing back in. This goes in right just like this. Right.
And tell them, how can you make it a little bit more powerful without greasing it?
You could always stretch the spring to make it more powerful. You could actually insert some paper or something into here, which is what I've done, to make it have less space for the spring to squeeze it. It acts sort of like a spacer.
And when you're gonna grease your gun, never use like Vaseline.
Well, basically it's just Vaseline that you should never use. That stuff will tear your gun apart. In a few months, everything will just fall apart like
you're shredding a piece of paper.
Yeah. You know, the paint will come off. You'll get a ton of damage. It's just a bad thing.
And now when you lubricate your gun, lubricate it in this area right here, the rubber part. So when you shove it in here, you get more of an air pressure, like it will seal
it's more
in.
of a seal.
Yeah, like a seal.
Let's stick this stuff back in.
Don't forget, 3-in-1 oil. Oh. Let's take a look.
There's the stuff. The screw goes to the screw that looks like this. That has an extra little fray around it. That's the thing that keeps in the spring attached to the piston. You'll know it's on the right side because
The zoom in this too. The zoom in. The spring will be right here. You would take your
well, you take the spring, you loop it around the hole, which is sort of hard to get.
I think you should take out the piston first or something like that. Yeah, you should take out your piston first before you put everything together. It's pretty hard to put that back.
Oh, and try not to touch your safety or your trigger because it's sort of hard to get that back into. The weight's okay. I mean, the weight. I actually like the weight of the gun. It sort of stabilizes things, you know. Stops handshake. Let's see if we can do this here. Oh. Long fingernails help. Put the screw back in. The good thing about the Famas is the only thing you need to take this thing apart is skills, effort, and the screwdriver. No fancy little things that you have to mess around with. Okay, this part here. This part right here is what stops from the BB from going out or into the piston.
And that's I think a screw or.
This is a little stick type thing that goes into an area right next to the receiver.
And there's like a little spring in there, right?
Nope. Okay. Oops. The area around the receiver tends to be sort of complex. It is a hop-up after all. Okay.
Okay, that's all straight.
Hopefully. Try and make sure that these things are aligned with everything. The piston's aligned with the rails on the body.
Well,
and the screw from the hop-up back in here.
yeah.
But I think it will give it a bit more shock resistance. Take a close look. This is how everything should be assembled.
And upgraded.
Alright. Now the hard part is trying to stick this thing back in without messing it up.
Let's see if I can